Luffy has an incredibly entertaining story, and I don't want anybody else to really take it. But did you ever think about how the story would have turned out if another person has become the main character? So let's find it out today. We're going to choose a random One Piece character and see how the story would have turned out if they had become the protagonist of One Piece. Hey, my name is PyroPrimer, and I do all of these kind of things a lot on this channel, so if you like them, please subscribe. So now let's get into it. Our main character for today is Leo. So this randomized character has been picked by a One Piece randomizer that you can all find easily on the interwebs if you search for it. Leo is a member of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, so it's quite fitting for him to take Luffy's role. And as a tontatta, I think he actually is quite powerful as well, and I will be interested to see how far he can actually go. So let's see how Leo's story will turn out. Let's start with the first arc, Romance Dawn. Obviously, Leo is powerful enough to take care of the Lord of the Coast, so there's no problems there. Then we go over to his battle against Alvida and saving Kobe. And I think in the very early parts of the story, Leo isn't going to have any problems. It's just the normal power creep things of him only being introduced in the Dressrosa arc, which technically is not even that far ago. It's only like 200 chapters, 300 chapters. So Leo, you are going to get through it fast. You're not even going to struggle against Captain Morgan as well. And with that, you already have Zoro and Nami on your side. Well, Buggy is also not going to be a problem. Buggy won't even see you, that's how fast you are. So Zoro and Nami are with you. Nami not officially yet, but she's still part of your crew. Let's get to the next arc. Oh, that's actually the Buggy arc. I forgot that he's not in Romance Dawn, but he has his own arc with Orange Dawn. So Buggy, I said, Buggy's going to get defeated. Obviously, Leo will also be capable of defeating Moji and his lion Richie, and then we have Zoro just taking care of Kabaji, so everything will be fine. I think there could be some very nice comedic moments with Leo, because he is this sort of tiny character. So just like Luffy is also always smaller than his opponents, the same thing will be true with Leo, but just to an even more extended degree. So Buggy will look down on him, the giant lion Richie will also look down on him, even the small dog Choo-Choo will technically look down on Leo because Choo-Choo is bigger than Leo in size, I think. Or they're about the same. So maybe we can have some sort of moment where Leo is riding on Choo-Choo's back when he's going into battle against Richie or Buggy or something. Could make for a pretty cute moment to also implement Choo-Choo more in the arc. Next arc will be the Syra Village arc, where we're going to recruit our boy Usopp. So 3 time skip Usopp, I like him. So let's see how these things are going to turn out. Usopp is still going to take care of Django. Nami, she did not do that much. And then we have our fight with Bushi and Shaman Zoro, which is also going to turn out the same. The one thing I am thinking about is that Leo is he as simple-minded as Luffy? Will he also get hypnotized by Django multiple times? I'm unsure if that will happen. But when we have the shakushi, the pussycat foot maneuver that Kuro is using, I have a feeling that this could be the first time where we can see Leo go maybe all out or just use more of his speed, because we all know that the tontatta are a really fast race. So when Kuro just disappeared because he was so fast, maybe Leo does the exact same thing and Kuro gets completely shook because he never expected somebody in the east to be as fast as him. But as I said, Leo won't have any problems here and will easily win. Baratie arc. I am not sure if Leo has that much destructive power, but with his suing abilities, because he doesn't have the Gomu Gomu no Mi, he still has the Su fruit. I think if he's not capable of defeating Don Krieg just because of physical power and force alone, he will probably be smart enough to just sue Don Krieg to some sort of places and wait for Mihawk to arrive, and then Mihawk will take care of Don Krieg or something. And if he sues him on the ground, he can also just hand him over to the full body or then finish him off when he's not able to move anymore. I think there's not going to be any problems in these parts. I have one arc in mind where I think things are going to stop, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. Let's go to Arlong Park. You might argue that Arlong is really strong, and I don't really want to deny that, but the problem is that he's still a pre-time skip and also East Blue Saga opponent. So Leo is going to do the same thing. But just a moment of Leo taking his head off, because Leo also has a head, and then putting his tiny head on the top of Nami because he wants to cheer her up, would be so adorable to see that I think it would It would not work the same way as Luffy placing his head on Nami, but it would still hold a lot of value, I think, in the eyes of the readers if they saw that scene. So Arlong Park, we're also going to win that, and after Baratie, we also had Sanji, and now we officially have Nami as our crew. So the entire East Blue crew has now been gathered together, and we will see how things will turn out, because now we are in Logue Town. Smoker, well, we would need to argue why Dragon would save Leo, but I don't want it to end here just now. I think the execution could take place in a similar way. Instead of getting saved by thunder or something like that, I would find it very funny if Buggy wants to strike down his sword, but he already just miscalculated that the thing where he wanted to place a human-sized person in was not made for a tontatta. So Leo just is in there thinking like, you know, I can get out whenever I want, right? I can just, whoops, I'm out, and then he just runs away and is out of there. And Smoker, let's just say the tontatta is fast enough to escape Smoker, because at this stage, Smoker is not weak, but he has grown a lot over the different arcs, and I think he could not keep up with Leo's or a tontatta speed during the Logue Town arc. If you disagree with me, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions. But let's get into the first arc that happens when we enter the Grand Line. Reverse, Mountain, and also the thing with Laboon, obviously. We're going to save Laboon and also going to get together with Vivi and the other guy from Baroque Works and work together with them and get to Whiskey Peak. On that place, everything else will also happen like we know, and I am really interested to see how the showdown between Leo and Zoro would turn out in this moment. Leo would be angered at Zoro just the same as Luffy when he hears that the people who are so nice to them got defeated by Zoro, so that would be the showdown. And I wonder if basically Whiskey Peak Zoro is strong enough to defeat Leo, who we met first in the Dressrosa arc. I still think the power creep was too much. Leo is still going to go for everything here. After taking care of Whiskey Peak and also discovering that Vivi is a princess, I feel like this makes things for Leo a bit better. Because Leo was not born on Fuchsia Village, he still knows about the entire things going on Dressrosa. But he escaped from there to learn more about the world, gather strong people, and save his Princess Mancheri from the hands of Doflamingo. But he was not strong enough at the time, so he wanted to go somewhere else to start his journey, training, and all of these things and grow stronger. Now he is together with a princess and knows exactly what she feels like about her kingdom and all of her people, because he knows what it means to be a princess, because he's so close with Mancheri. Then we have an arc that I really like. It's the Little Garden arc, and just seeing the contrast of the tiny tontatta and the giant would be so cool. I always wanted to see a battle between a tontatta and a giant. It would fit right in this comedic archetype that One Piece shows us and just be perfect for the story. Now to the next arc, Drum Island. I don't want to spend much time here. Obviously Chopper joins us, but we will not have any problems with Apple. Over to Alabasta. Obviously, all of the Straw Hats will have their fights in the exact same way. They have not changed all that much. But the biggest question for us is, will Leo be capable of defeating Crocodile? I am uncertain here. This is the first point where I'm really thinking about how Leo is going to turn this around. Leo is not weak, Leo is fast, and Crocodile is a bit cocky because of his Logia abilities. I don't know if Leo would have already discovered Haki abilities at this point, but even if he doesn't, his suing abilities, would they work on a Logia? I am unsure. Maybe he can actually, if he is suing together the sand particles the Crocodile consists of, would he become more of a solid substance again, and then Leo could attack him like that? So instead of using water like Luffy did, Leo could just use his suing ability to basically sue all of the grain of sands together until Crocodile is not capable of turning into sand anymore, because all of his sand particles have been sewn together. And then Leo could finish him off. I feel like that could be a very dramatic situation, because until Leo is capable of getting all of this stuff sewn together, he will receive a lot of damage. And with a lot of damage, I mean he will be on the brink of defeat, but just with his sheer willpower, with the idea that not only is he going to save this kingdom's princess and this kingdom, but one day he will go strong enough to save Mancheri from the hands of Doflamingo. So let's continue. Then we go over to Jaya. where obviously Bellamy is going to underestimate Leo a lot because of his size and also because his bounty obviously it's so low, or he faked his bounty and all of these things. And then Leo is going to one-shot Bellamy, and it's going to be even more satisfying because the size difference is going to be so much more significant in this part. And hey, do you notice that Robin's left eye is covered? I wonder if this is relevant for the One Piece story. Now, Skypiea. I hate to say that Skypiea would probably be the end of our journey. Just thinking that NL is so powerful, and compared to Sand, which is actually a solid thing that you can basically sew together, I am unsure if Leo could sew something like electricity together. I don't think that he has this meta ability where he can just make stuff that normally does have not a physical appearance just appear together. So unless there is some sort of hidden thing from the sewing ability, or if we somehow manage to get around NL's abilities, I feel like this would be the end. But I wonder how far we could go if we ignore NL's just cheat-like abilities that we only survived in the actual One Piece story, because Luffy is rubber, and without that, it would be over here. I don't think that Luffy, without his rubber abilities, would have been capable of taking an L. So let's just see how far Leo could actually get when we ignore this arc a bit. Now, long ring, long lance. Maybe this is going to be our end. Foxy is just too great, and Portia is just way too cute and sexy. We can't do anything about these pirates. And don't forget Pickle and all of these other Hamburger. Hamburger is a monster. I don't know what to do against him. Now, let's just continue. Kuzan's encounter is going to be the same. We can skip over this. Then we have Water 7. Frankie is going to be technically a part. Then the showdown between Usopp and Leo is going to be quite cute. It's going to be a pretty much different dynamic between Usopp and Leo as well, because Usopp lied about being a descendant of Noland on the island of Dressrosa, and Leo believed that. All of the Tontatta believed that, but now he knows that Usopp is not really a descendant of Noland, and he even encountered a descendant of Noland himself. So this is going to change a bit of the dynamic between Usopp and Leo, but I still think that they're going to be good friends, because Leo is a prankster, Usopp is a prankster, they're going to work this out, but their battle is still going to be very emotional, and it's still probably one of my favorite moments of One Piece. What is one of your favorite moments of One Piece? You can also tell me that in the comments. And the arc where we last time stopped, I think. This is where Deathbones couldn't get behind. He was not capable of defeating Lucci. I don't think that Leo is going to get behind this either. I think this is the big stopping point for basically all of the characters that are not that powerful. Leo has grown more powerful over this journey. He is quite strong as well, but is he capable of defeating Lucci? Is he going to go... He doesn't have the abilities like Gear 2nd and that, but he is still pretty fast. I don't know if he's as fast as Gear 2nd Luffy, but he's going to be strong. Will he be capable of doing these fights? I personally don't believe so. I would love him to go further, but then we go into Impel Down, and I don't think he has the same ability as Luffy to go through stuff like the poison from Magellan. And then there's also the idea, why would he even go to... Well, because he didn't grow up on Fuchsia Village, he wouldn't even have any reason to care about the Marineford arc, because he's not really connected to Ace in all that way. So technically, in all of these random character stories, we're going to skip over Impel Down, also Marineford. We're going to skip over those arcs if we ever get to them, but first we need to find a character that is going to get past Enies Lobby, because Leo did not manage to do that. But maybe the next character, when we do this again in the future, will be capable of doing it. What character would you like to see to take Luffy's place in this story? Tell me in the comments as well. But that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. All that's left for me to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye!